Hello, that's Halo with the Armageddon Report with continued Memorial Day weekend coverage. Which Memorial Day weekend sounds a little bit oxymoronic, day and weekend. Anyway, moving on to the least Armageddon-ish, Armageddonic, I have no idea what the form of the word would be, type thing that's going on. Near tropical cyclones at this time in the eastern Pacific. So, not any Armageddon out there. Atlantic though? Tropical depression Beryl hanging out. So, and they're still showing that Beryl is apparently going to head back out to sea and re-strengthen to tropical storm status. And we still are not in hurricane season yet for the Atlantic. So, we'll stop at that. So, Beryl presumably going to be dropping buckets and buckets of rain for Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina before heading back on out. So, but, you know, tropical depression, so not crazy wind status, hopefully, but lots. Inland flooding is one of those things that doesn't get a whole lot of publicity because the winds, those are really scary. But, you know, flooding, oh, it's just water sitting about and drowning us. Oh, that's not newsworthy. Anyway, but so, yeah, I don't know where I went with that tangent, so we'll move on to this tangent. Severe thunderstorm weather. Today, we've got 3 separate slight risks going on. New York, Pennsylvania, a whole bunch of states up there, a whole bunch of states. Oklahoma and Texas down there. So if we look at, here's a mesoscale discussion. It is very hard to tell what's going on because there's all kinds of orange lines, but I believe this is the actual area. So mostly Pennsylvania and New York, and then the states out towards the east of that. With they're saying, watch unlikely as of this time, 20% chance. Initiation remains uncertain, trends are being monitored closely. So that's for part of this area up there with the mesoscale discussion. There is, however, one severe thunderstorm watch in effect. Iowa, Michigan, and Wisconsin until 8 p.m. CDT with the severe thunderstorm watch as of right now. And there's even stuff going on out there as we speak. So yeah, wind map, here is your 3 different slight risk areas, and then all of them connected with a 5% risk. Hail map, we've got as high as a 30% down here in Texas, and in addition to that, the black hatched area is where 2-inch or larger hail is more likely to occur. So severe hail, 1 inch or larger. That's what's on the books for everybody. 2-inch or larger hail, possible probably everywhere. But if it's going to happen, it's most likely to occur there. And then tornadoes for everybody, apparently. So tropical depression Beryl most likely creating this risk for Florida and Georgia today. So 2% for everybody, but, you know, it's practically everybody. Look, it's practically the whole country. Not really, but. So what does that mean? If you wanted to randomly pick this place here up in Wisconsin, you could say that means at this point there is a 2% chance at that point, or someone within 25 miles of them will see a tornado. So 2%, not a huge, but it's, you know, it's statistically significant or something climatologically significant or a word like that. I have no idea. So tomorrow, we've got as high as a 30% chance, I should say, and with a significant chance, so we'll pop on over and find where that is. A slight risk up there, slight risk down there. So here's where, oh, and then a 5% up there. So we've got as high as a 30, both there and down there. And then last time I read the outlook, it was mentioning very large hail. So the significant thing, this is most likely going to be a hail threat for Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. So that'd be, again, the 2-inch or larger hail. Day after tomorrow, again, we've got a significant risk. So we've got a slight risk there. And then if we pop on over here, again, I believe it mentioned in the forecast very large hail. So day after tomorrow, again, Kansas, Oklahoma, and just a smidge of Texas is in the likelihood area for 2-inch or larger hail. Days 4 through 8, the medium range, or whatever they call it, predictability too low. So that means there is severe weather on the medium range horizon, or whatever, but the timing and or location, there's not enough agreement. You can scroll on down, or don't do what I did just now. But you can scroll on down and find a very technical discussion where they'll be talking about where stuff might be and such. Anyway, so that's day 4 through 8. So yes, but today, if you're in any one of these numerous states, you should absolutely pay attention. WickedWix is WICKEDWX.com. Weather.gov is, of course, weather.gov. I don't want... The National Weather Service's site is weather.gov, is what I mean to say, otherwise it's quite redundant. And then, of course, if you've been liking some hurricanes, or if you don't, you need to know where they are so you can avoid them, you can run over to the National Hurricane Center. Assuming, of course, you're in the United States. If you're elsewhere and you need to follow cyclones, you know, National Hurricane Center is not going to help you with, what is it, typhoon, that's the other word. It's all regional. It's like the same thing, but they're regional names. Anyway, enjoy your day. If you've got a 3-day weekend, you know, enjoy it. Try not to think too much about having to go back to work.